Is it just me, or is something off about how people act now? Like, for example, when I was younger, okay, my neighborhood felt way more connected. People talked outside more. Neighbors actually like acknowledged each other and like said hi and spoke. You know, we invited each other over for dinner. Like I was friends with all the neighbors' kids, and we were just all kind of connected, and it was kind of this community. Like even like random interactions kind of felt like slower, I guess, like more present. And now sometimes it feels like everyone's mentally like somewhere else while they're still physically there. Like attention is always partially occupied by something else. And honestly, I don't think people are less kind now, or they're worse people or anything. I just think people are mentally overloaded and overstimulated because modern life constantly pulls at people's attention. There's constant notifications on our phones, text messages, there's news, there's content, there's stress, there's comparison, there's pressure, and there's always something happening. There's always something mentally happening now. And I think after enough years of living like that, people stop being fully present without even really realizing it. Like, even during conversations, part of people's attention is always somewhere else. They're thinking about something later, they're checking something on their phones, they're waiting for stimulation, they're worrying about something. And I honestly think that changes the feeling of social interaction more than people realize. Because presence affects atmosphere. And what I mean by that is when someone is fully there with you, you can feel it. Like, you can tell when someone is like actually engaged and present and connected with you. And when no one is fully there, interactions start feeling kind of thinner. Like, you can tell, just like you can tell when they're there, you can tell when they're not. And our interactions, they just kind of feel like thinner, like, less just less connected. Even crowded places can feel like weirdly empty now. Like people move around each other more than they connect with each other, I guess. And I think that's part of why some places feel like emotionally different now, even when they're full of people. Like sometimes I'll be in a crowded space and it somehow feels like socially empty, which sounds counterintuitive because technically there are more people around than ever, but presence and proximity aren't equal. They are not the same thing. You can physically be around people without feeling actually connected to them. And I think modern life accidentally creates that feeling more often now because everyone's carrying around this constant stream of mental stimulation all day, that you were constantly stimulated. We have Instagram reels and all these things on our phones. Like we're kind of constantly like stimulated. So even moments that used to feel like naturally social now, or even moments that used to feel like social are now competing with everything happening inside people's heads. And I think humans can feel when that collective attention changes. Environments themselves start feeling different. They feel more rushed, more distracted, less grounded, I guess. And I think technology plays a role in this too. And I've hinted at this already. I've kind of mentioned it because people are now constantly connected to somewhere else mentally. At any moment, your attention can instantly leave the environment you're physically in. You can be sitting somewhere, right? You can be like, at a function or wherever, and you're physically there, but then just like that, you can be on your phone scrolling reels and doing whatever you do, consuming information. And so you can physically be somewhere, but in a matter of seconds, you can effectively like kind of disappear from that real life, place, and you can kind of be like in your own world. And I don't think we were really built for attention to work this way constantly. Like people's minds rarely get the chance to fully settle in, um, to fully like settle into where they already are anymore. Even boredom used to create interaction sometimes. Like people would talk because there wasn't always another source of stimulation available immediately. You know, you couldn't just pull up your phone and go on reels. So you actually like talked to people because like that was going to provide that stimulation. There was nothing else really to do. So even boredom used to create these things. But now silence and boredom gets instantly filled with like content and things like this. And I think over enough time, that changes how social life feels like emotionally. You know, not necessarily all at once, but gradually. You know, I think a lot of us have started to feel that. You know, until eventually people stop noticing how disconnected everything started to feel. I don't know. I just think attention shapes the feeling of everyday life way more than people realize. And when everyone's attention is fragmented all the time, the world itself starts feeling a little bit less connected.